Yeah, Ron Paul dropped out. Really, you guys just stupid. Is that what it is? Do you believe the mainstream media? They'd love it if Ron Paul would drop out, but he's not dropping out. And I believe that all of the hullabaloo comes from this email right here, which I got and everybody else got. As I reflect on our 2012 presidential campaign, I'm humbled by the supporters who have worked so hard and sacrificed so much. And I am proud of what we have accomplished. We will not stop until we restored what once made America the greatest country in human history. The campaign fought hard and won electoral success, and that the talking heads and pundits never thought possible. But this campaign is also about more than just the 2012 election. It has been part of a quest I began 40 years ago, and that so many have joined. It is about the campaign for liberty, which has taken a tremendous leap forward in this election and will continue to grow stronger in the future until we finally win. Our campaign will continue to work on in the state convention process. We will continue to take leadership positions, win delegates, and carry a strong message to the Republican National Convention that liberty is the way of the future. Moving forward, however, and apparently this is the paragraph that people can't... See, this is the thing. They can't read the Constitution. They can't comprehend the meaning of plain words, like the rules, like Rule 38, Rule 11. These guys can't understand simple English. Moving forward, however... They don't know what isolationist means. Watch the video. I did a whole video on words because they don't know what they mean. Right? If you believe the mainstream media, you're silly. Moving forward, however, we will no longer spend resources. Does it say suspend campaign? Moving forward, it's just so ridiculous. Moving forward, however, we will no longer spend resources campaigning in the primaries in states that have not yet voted. Doing so with any hope of success would take many tens of millions of dollars we simply do not have. Translation, they're rigging the votes. They rigged the votes so badly in so many states now. They're actually flipping the votes where Romney is getting 68 and Ron Paul, right? Those are actually Ron Paul votes. And we can prove this on machines. You can go talk to people that went and voted and go, hey, everybody I know voted for Ron Paul, and yet he comes in second. Anyway, but he can't say that because that would make him a crazy guy. So crazy guys that look like me can say that, though. And if you can do the math and if you can do any kind of research, you can see that state after state, particularly Iowa, for 2 elections in a row, 2008 and 2012, they flipped the votes, or they split them between 3. The guy that had the landslide victory, they took it away from him. It's called election fraud. It's called voter fraud. And doing it in Arizona with the delegate process, how you guys allow the delegate process to go to a computer vote is ridiculous. There's not enough people for you guys not to hand count on paper ballots. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, doing so with any hope of success would take many tens of millions of dollars we simply do not have, and voting machines that aren't rigged. I encourage all supporters of liberty to make sure that you get to the polls and make your voices heard, particularly in the local, state, and congressional elections, where so many defenders of freedom are fighting and need your support, because there's a lot of Ron Paul people that are following in the footsteps of Ron Paul, running on the state level and the local level and also on the federal level. Like I said, things are changing massively. I hope all our supporters of liberty will remain deeply involved, become delegates, win offices, and take leadership positions. I will be right there with you. In the coming days, my campaign leadership will lay out our delegate strategy and what you can do to help. So please stay tuned. Does the word suspend even appear in here? This letter says we're not going to spend resources where they're going to be wasted. See, a fiscal conservative. We're going to spend resources on the delegates because that's what's been working, and we have way more. Like there's this article from I believe it was The Guardian. It says he's going to take his 100 delegates to the convention. He's won 100 delegates, and we haven't even got to the. I mean, it's more than 100 by now, and we haven't even gotten all the other states that have are doing caucuses and so forth. So the whole thing, it's just ridiculous. Did he quit? No. Did he drop out? No. Is Romney got problems? Romney's got problems. Now, get out there and get to work. It's great that the mainstream media and other people, bloggers and so forth, expose themselves for the idiots that they are, proving that they can't read plain English. That it's painful, right? And these are the guys that are reading the Constitution. These are the guys that are making laws. This is their comprehension ability. They can't say vote fraud. They can't say election fraud. They can't say, and neither can Ron Paul, as it turns out. They can't say isolationist or non-interventionist. They don't know the difference. They can't say anyway, it was liberty, rights. Anyway, but they can't say, oh, look, he suspended his debate, right? They can't say, it's just silly. It's just plain silly. He's not dropping out. This thing isn't over. Get to work, guys. Simple as that. You guys got to get to work. Get out there, spread the word, work 10 times harder, and Ron Paul 2012.